to get. Another good shot there from Piyush.
Chandu slightly overpitch on this occasion, and Pirush Kamini lunges forward and plays the ball all the way to the boundary, right on the green carpet, and finds herself and helps herself for a boundary there.
It was also a little wide, allowing Krishnamurthy to free her hands and play a drive to cover for four. To the wide delivery. So Shrikmar, you can recollect before we had this break, we were talking about running between the wickets. There always a golden rule in cricket which people do not follow nowadays, that any run in front of the wicket is the batsman's call, and any run behind the wicket is the non-striker's call. Once this is very clear, and if they follow, these misunderstandings are otherwise will go away, and I mean it should be very easy for people. You think the coaches play a big role in getting this together as far as the team is concerned? They do. I think nowadays the coaches also seem to have forgotten this golden rule, and they don't really teach this to their players. I mean that's one of the reasons why this kind of mix-ups and misunderstandings happening quite frequently. Even when they follow this golden rule, sometimes some mishaps can happen, but by and large when they follow this, the running between the wickets you will find to be very good. I think it's understandable if it happens when the team is under pressure to get runs, but when they're not under pressure, I think it should not happen. You know, the thing there is that the understanding has to be that you have to trust. It's when it's batsman's call, the non-striker has to trust the batsman and run. That's how it has to be. The minute it's followed to the letter, everything will fall in place. That's right.
Absolutely, I totally agree with Krishnaswamy on that. But what I feel is sometimes every individual, reads a run differently, and that is where the trust factor comes in. Even though we follow these protocols, what are set, and how they are coached, but they are not sure whether the non-striker or the striker is reading that same ball as a run. When the ball goes towards the fielder, maybe it's very important that both the batters feel that there is a run there, and that's how the trust is built in between them. What do you say about that, Mr. Srikumar?
Absolutely. Let's see if we can try and get the view of the coach as to why this happens. It will be interesting to add to what we have been talking about.
Absolutely. We'll try to get one of the coaches later on and have a chat with them.
Oh, sure. There's a bowling change from the other end. Radha Yadav has been brought in, 6th over. As viewer might know, Radha Yadav is a regular in the Indian team. Very effective left-arm spinning and a very good field. She's been doing well at international level. She did a splendid job yesterday.
And she's finding some spin over here because she's trying to bowl a line where she's trying to get Prerna to sweep her by sending the ball away. Repeats the same ball again. Prerna is trying to get into a position wherein she wants to utilize the gaps on the onside, but hasn't been able to connect the horizontal bat, and steps out this time only to find the ball travel as far as the point fielder, and the catch is taken there by, I think it is Rameshwari Gaikwad, if I'm not wrong. Yaar catch it is it? My apologies. Correction. The catch is held by Shishira Gowda. He takes a comfortable catch. Dismiss Prerna Rajesh.
Prerna tried to play a couple of shots in a predetermined manner, trying to shoot the ball and missing completely, and the dot ball added to the pressure, and that's what forced her to play a very risky shot without getting to the pitch of the ball. She's some kind of desperation there. it looked that she was desperate. She simply spun the ball and it was a very easy catch for Shishira point.
So Prerna Rajesh, Shishira Veda, bowled Radha Yadav for 5 of 13 deliveries, and that brings in Nikki Prasad to the crease, who will get together with Kirush Kamini to take her team towards the victory.
But you're not coming today?
I told I'll not come today.
Nikki Prasad was in good form in the first match and she scored 61. Has come in and she'll be facing Yadav. This could be out. Oh no. Lovely attempt, nevertheless. Dropping a little shot there. Tisha making a very bit to hold on to it, but not able to.
Right on the dot over there. Tries to get Nikki Prasad forward. Nikki searching for the ball. Hands one to Pratisha, who couldn't hold on to it. A very valiant effort there by Pratisha.
It was a very good first over from Radha Yadav. It was a wicket maiden. She got the wicket of Prerna and almost got the second wicket of Nikki Prasad. Oh yeah. Lucky escape over there.
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಗೊಂಬನ್ನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ರಿ.
ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು 4 ಬಾಟಲ್ ನಮಗೂ ತಗೊಂಬನ್ನಿ.
Shandhu Ram to continue from the other end. It's 7th over of the innings.
So just to give our online viewers
33 for 1 in 7 innings.
the Falcon Ameya Sports is 33 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 6 overs.
Would you say better going?
They look pretty comfortable at the moment, but it all depends what they do between the 6th and the 12th over from here on. They're not chasing. They're not chasing a very big total here, but big total. Small totals can be very tricky.
This 140 is not very small. It will be a challenging total according to me.
140 is indeed not a very small total there, but looking at the lineup that the Falcon Ameya Sports have, any total could look small, and the way Kirush Kamini is going at the moment. But again, yesterday Falcon Ameya Sports couldn't register the victory. But maybe they had a different game plan. Let's wait and watch what they want to achieve from this game.
Krishnamurthy has so far played a couple of very good shots. One pull to mid-wicket and one front foot lofted shot over mid-wicket and another pull to square leg. I think these are 3 shots which are good. It looks like she is having more confidence today and a little bit more settled. I think the bowling side has to really decide where to bowl to her, not bowl to her strengths. Her strengths seem to be more on the leg side between mid-wicket and mid-on side. So they'll have to adjust their lengths and line and length and bowl accordingly.
Absolutely, Mr. Krishnaswamy. What I noticed of Kirush Kamini from yesterday is today she's getting into a better position while playing her shots. Yesterday, there's no doubt about the technique that she's got. She's served India for quite some time and, has been serving Tamil Nadu at the domestic level. There's no question about her technique at all. It's just that she's trying to get into very good positions today, which is allowing her to, express herself by freeing her hands and, going through with the shots.
It's not been very easy for most of them, especially given the pandemic and lack of matches and lack of practice also to a good extent. They may take a couple of matches to get into groove. Notwithstanding the Challenger Trophy they played, they still need some kind of a match practice to really score. I mean, be comfortable from ball one.
She's not been taking any undue risks either, Krishnaswamy.
I think last match, yesterday's match, where they lost wickets in clutches, which put them back and they were able to score only 102 runs, must have taught them a bit of a lesson. I mean, they have been more careful of not losing too many wickets from. That will give a chance for Vedas and Monas to come a little later and pick up the scoring rate.
Pick up the score again. That's right.
It will be very interesting to watch the afternoon game today, where we've got the Falcon Sheen Sports Club locking horns with the Falcon Heron Sports Club. The Falcon Sheen Sports Club has been unbeaten so far, and we'll be looking forward to continue their winning trend in the third game as well.
Herons almost made a match of it yesterday, losing by just 1-1, Yogesh.
Absolutely.
But
Yes.
the fact of the matter is, the runs has lost both the matches so far, and I think they need a little more confidence to do better against a much better, more experienced opponents.
Absolutely, and what a time for them to come up against a team which has not lost a single match. So I think they'll have to play out of their skins today.
I think the earlier two matches does not count so much. That T20 especially is the how you play on that particular day matters a lot. So Herons can still play well if Divya, who is the captain, who's been batting well, can get them off to a good start.
That was, I think, the turning point of the match because she got out very, very early.
Yes, I think the senior batters of Herons need to take that responsibility and dig their heels in, stay as long as possible at the wicket. And I think someone like Divya, who's played a lot of cricket on this ground, you know, in the first game she was extraordinary. I think she scored some 82 runs, and well, of course we all know that, you know, it's not possible in every game, but it's just that, you know, she needs to take a little bit more time at the crease over there before she starts expressing herself through her aerial shots.
I thought she was a little unlucky yesterday. I mean, she didn't execute the shot very well. There's no doubt on that. She sliced the ball, but it found the fielder who just didn't have to knee anywhere near the third man boundary, and she was a little unfortunate that way. Probably if she had stayed on for some more time, they would have made a better. They would have given a better fight in that match.
Lovely drive here from Tirish. All along the carpet. Single coming up there.
Absolutely, I felt, Mr. Krishnaswamy, that shot would have been very productive had the third man fielder been inside the circle. I don't think she noticed that the third man was put back a couple of deliveries before, and you know, maybe she tried to. It was still in the back of her mind that she was trying to play the ball over the third man. And as you said, she was a bit unlucky on that occasion.
Finding it a little difficult to score runs of Radha. Timing is a little off. Probably the ball is coming slightly slower than what she's been expecting, and she's just not middling or able to rotate the strike.
Well, what I see here in the replay is Radha is bowling fantastic length over there. She's not allowing you know, Nikki Prasad to decide whether she's got to go on the front foot or, you know, stay at the back foot. So hence Nikki Prasad is making those amends, trying to sweep the ball. The last two balls she's tried to sweep Radha, and Radha's getting just enough time to, you know, kind of get Nikki Prasad, keep Nikki Prasad guessing, you know, whether the ball is going to turn or not. And hence I think she's found a little bit of success against Nikki Prasad here. As you rightly said, Mr. Krishnaswamy, Nikki's kind of not able to time the ball as she normally does.
But if she tries to be a little adventurous, uses her feet, I think she could alter the length of the bowling and then get something out of it.
See, Nikki Prasad is doing the same mistake that Prerna did before her, trying to sweep in a predetermined manner. As you rightly said, she probably steps down and tries to play straight to mid-on or mid-off and take a single. She'll be better off.
More productive.
Yeah, Radha's bowling a bit flatter than what she would normally. She's cut down on flight. She does not want. She actually is happy that Nikki Prasad is trying to sweep her rather than step out, and she's trying to push Nikki Prasad as back as possible into her crease.
It clearly shows the experience.
This is your
Cut away down to
so
the short third man region, but
Chandu continuing
no runs
from-
coming there.
Chandu continuing from the Falcon end at the end of 8 overs. Falcon Ameya scores were 37 for 1. This is the third ball of the 9th over.
A delicate nudge, a bit of a misfielding there, allowing them to cross over for 2 runs.
Arundhati Reddy is a fielder who misfielded out there. What I find is that the spinners of Kini are both Radha Yadav and Chandu getting more bite out of wicket than what the Ameya sports spinners got.
Absolutely. While we were watching the replays of when Pratyusha was bowling, there wasn't that much of turn there. Chandu on that occasion finding the top edge of Tirush Kamini, who was trying to go over towards the mid-wicket area. Finds the top edge. The ball lands safely between 3 fielders.
I think it was a sign of desperation that she went for a favorite shot of lifting it over mid-wicket.
First time she's done this in this innings.
No, she played a couple of shots of Arundhati Reddy in a similar way. Not against the spinners, of course.
Because Nikki has kept her away from the strike in the last over. Nikki got a few balls of Radha Yadav.
Cut away nicely there.
Maybe that was a sign of desperation there after that.
I agree with you that Nikki played out Radha and could not force the pace, but Trish also could not score the first 3 balls, so I think the desperation got added because of that.
First good scoring stroke coming there from Nikki Prasad, the boundary. Pointed cover. Gentle nudge, she placed it very well. Well pitched up and Nikki going back to that one. Ball taking the top end edge of the bat and no runs coming, trickling down towards short mid off there. End of that over.
At the end of 9th over, the score is 44 for 1. The scoring rate is just below 5, whereas they should be scoring at the rate of 7 to cross the total of 141.
You think they have the batting?
They do. Veda can really he's a hard hitter, plays big shots. Mona Mesharan can do. Anuja Patel can do. I think they have the batting.
So just about 50 odd at the halfway mark.
Absolutely. And I think the scoring rate as far as both the teams are concerned is more or less the same at this.
The same.
At this 9th and according to you.
Yeah.
But Ameya Sports got 90 runs, close to 90 runs in the next 10 overs.
10 overs.
That's where it's going to matter now.
Let's see how much they can force the pace of this game as they chase 141.
There's a change on the other side. Pratyusha, see the captain has come on to bowl in the place of Radha Yadav, who has bowled two very good overs.
The captain from the India Nippon end has been cut away.
Bit of a misfield and that gets her 4 runs. I think that is Roshni Kiran, a shorter man who could not get to the ball in time, and we got 4 runs for Trish Kamini.
Pratyusha again preparing to send down the next one from the Indian opponent. Off the back foot, patted into the covers, but no possibility of a run. Arundhati Reddy, the fielder.
The lack of pace from the spinners, and right now Pratyusha is bowling at leg spinners, and the ball is coming so slowly that Trish Kamini is finding it difficult to time. Cut away to deep cover for a single. The Falcon Kini RR 49 for 1 in 9.4 overs.
If the ball is coming a little slower, timing will matter a lot in stroke making.
The batsman will have to wait a little longer and play the shots, and they need to generate power from themselves. They can't use the pace of the ball to
Pace of the ball. Better looking drive from Mickey there into the cover region. Single straight to the fielder there on the far side. Shishira Gowda, who had held that catch.
I think she's hit wicket. She's out 8 wickets. She went back to player of the back foot and glanced it for a single, but she went too far back and she stepped on the wicket, and Trish Kamini is out, hit wicket of Pratyusha.
This is certainly a big blow to the team because
Trish Kamini is out for 37 of 32 balls. Promising innings, cut short. Unfortunate that she stepped back too much and stepped on the wicket.
37 of 32 with some very, very good shots that she pulled off. Nevertheless, she's put her team on the track to that victory target at this stage of the game, the halfway stage. It now remains to be seen how the others will go after the bowling and get to it. Of course, the fielding side doing their best to keep the run rate down with some very, very tidy bowling.
I think it's going to be Veda coming in the place of Trish Kamini. I think at a very crucial time. It's required for Veda to play the next 10 overs for the batting team to really have a chance. What I've seen in the last, this is the 5th match of the tournament. What I've seen so far is that all these people, they play well. When they are set and they're in about the range of about 30 or 40, they get out. I think it's required for some of these batters to really take it to till the end. I mean, somebody need to get about 80, 90.
You think it's some lack of concentration, or what do you think happens?
I think it's more of lack of match practice at this point in time. Many of them are experienced enough to know that they have to carry it on, but then the lack of match practice, which probably affects their concentration, as you said, could be the reason.
Perhaps given the situation, that can't be helped either.
of 10 overs is 50 for 1 with Nikki Prasad facing it looks like a bowling change in the other end. It's going to be Shishira Gowda from the side.
So 90 in the final 10 overs,
Yeah.
just as
91 to be
the
exact.
opponents had done.
Sloka, what does she bowl? Ishira Grouda. Medium pace.
I think Shishira Gowda is a medium pace bowler. She has replaced Chandu Irani bowled I think 3 good overs. Facing her will be Nikki Prasad.
From the Falcon end, turn towards fine, but a single, very well taken there by the two of them. That brings
Ball was played straight to Chandu Ram at short fine leg within the 30-yard circle, and they took a very sharp single. They ran fast and they judged it well too. It's possible that Nikki Prasad and Veda, being from Karnataka, they have a better understanding than others.
confident push down the offside, but nothing coming of it. Lofting this one, but well short of the fielders. Veda off the mark with that single.
Thought it was a little risky, but luckily for her, they didn't carry up to the fielder.
In any case, it doesn't matter how you get the runs, as long as you get them.
I find that the Falcon Kini era bowlers are bowling a much better line in length compared to the Falcon and New Sports bowlers. And 91 in 10 overs is going to be a tough ask.
An attempt to turn it on the leg side, but the ball lobbing short of Patyusha there. Another well taken single by the two of them, bringing Veda Krishnamurthy back on strike. Outside the off stump.
At the end of 11th over, it's 53 for 2 with Veda and Nikki Prasad on the crease. Veda has just come in and scored a single. Nikki Prasad has been around for some time and she's having a little difficulty in timing the ball, but it's time that she needs to push the score along. It's going to be Captain Patyusha C again.
Patyusha continuing to bowl from the
Of the last ball of the previous over, she bowled. Hit wicket. That person will come. Patyusha bowls the leg breaks, flighted leg breaks, and comes slowly off the wicket, and Nikki Prasad tried to sweep her, but then she was nowhere near the ball, nor was her timing anywhere near the pace of the ball.
This time she goes forward to it, gets a top edge, trickling down to point. picked up there by Devasmita Datta. No run coming. Better shot this time. Picked up well and slammed over the wicket for 4. Better looking shot, Krishnamurthy.
Connected one of her sweeps and it just went over the head of, just cleared Arundhati Reddy at short mid wicket, and there was no fielder to stop the throw. Welcome boundary for Nikki Prasad. It might probably give her a little more confidence to play more shots.
She's looking for this for a long time.
57 for 2 in 11.3 overs.
This time she steps out and drives, but straight to the fielder there. Radha Yadav picks and tries to have a shy, but Veda not interested in taking that run. No damage done, no addition to the total either.
Again a slow loopy leg break, slightly shorter length. Nikki Prasad goes back, cuts it hard, but goes straight to deep cover, but they cross over for single.
.83 required of 49 balls. Anything can happen from here. Fantastic shot over there by Veda Krishnamurthy, going over short mid wicket. Well, Mr. Krishnaswamy, if she can play shots like this, I don't think she requires 49 balls to get to the victory line.
Veda seemed to be timing the ball slightly better than Nikki Prasad has been doing, but both of them played a similar slog sweep kind of a thing to mid wicket, but being a first ball against Pratisha, but Veda managed to connect well and got a 4. It's 62 for 2 in 12 overs.
A lot will depend on this partnership, Yogesh.
Absolutely, Mr. Shri Kumar. I think there are two experienced players over here, one in Veda Krishnamurthy and Nikki Prasad. Both of them have been in these situations before, and I think they have a game plan, what they are discussing. Let's see how they are able to apply what they have planned.
78 required of 48.
Rameshwari Gaikwad has been brought back in the place of Sushila Gowda, who bowled a very decent over. I think probably they are going to look for runs, and also spinners are being bowled so that the pace will be taken off, and we find that when the slower bowlers bowl, Nikki Prasad has been finding it very difficult to time. That could be one of the reasons why.
She's brought on the spinner again.
Yep, I reckon the idea here is they want to try and frustrate Nikki Prasad with the spinners as much as possible, as we've noticed that she's not been able to find that timing that she normally finds against spinners. So not a bad idea to get someone in the capacity of Rameshwari Gaikwad to bowl from this end.
Off-spinner Rameshwari Gaikwad has been given a 5-4 field with 5 on the offside and 4 on the leg side. They have a fielder for long off, long on and a deep mid wicket to cover for the big hits. It's going to be interesting to see where Veda goes for Veda's, if she plays a lofted shot to any long on or long out, there's a possibility of her being caught. So she has to be really careful.
Careful. She
And
completely.
fielders in mid-off, Radha Yadav is at mid-off, and
Comes out to that one, and the
For a moment, Soumya Gowda kept everyone guessing whether she's going to let the ball go through the boundary, but finally finds a fate A very good reflex action there, sending the ball straight into the hands of Nusrat Parveen. At one point of time, Veda was interested in the single, to convert the single into a double, but then drops the plan when she sees Soumya Govda recover very quickly.
Good over from Rameshwari under the circumstances, and the scoring rate, required rate is about 9. She gave away only 5 runs in the game.
At the end of 13 overs, the Falcon Ameya Sports is 67 for 2, and the equation from here on is 74 runs required of 48 balls.
The slight misfielding.
Sorry, 42 balls.
The slight misfielding also resulted in a bit of misunderstanding at the wicket.
It's always the case. There is, again, let me say this: there is always a saying that don't run on misfield. So,
Quite right.
42 balls, 74 runs.
In any case, they decided against it, and they added one more to the total with that left-foot shot from Nikki Prasad getting her a single at long off.
asking rate is creeping up. It's about
42 balls,
9.25
74.
runs an over. 72 or 40, 42 balls is a big ask.
The weather certainly getting colder. It's becoming a little bit darker as well. Cloud cover over the ground over here.
I think there have been some field changes have taken place. They are bringing the right person at the right place. Radha Yadav, who is supposed to be a very good fielder, has been brought into squad leg to cover for the sweep shots which are being played.
And this time,
Slightly short, giving enough time for Nikki Prasad to go back and pull her to mid-wicket between bisecting square leg and mid-wicket fielders for a 4.
the ball came up a little also as well, making it easier for her to get into it. Nevertheless, 4 runs. They certainly need a couple of more such shots to keep them in the hunt. Let's see how much they go about that task. Uppish drive over there.
Nikki Prasad, I think, has got the measure of Pratyusha's bowling. She is now trying to play her more on the back foot, waiting for the ball to come to her and playing cut and pull shots.
Possibly if she had done that a little more earlier, a little more runs would have possibly come.
Absolutely.
Shot and
Veda steps out and just slams it.
Good shot from Veda with mid-on inside the circle. She just went over the. She just had to play it over the mid-on fielder.
Mid-on fielder.
That's exactly what she did. He stepped out nicely, got to the pitch of the ball, just chipped it over mid-on for a 4.
No chance at all there, Rameshwari. And another shot there, Skaya. Oh no,
Oh,
it's been dropped.
one. Veda trying to repeat her shot couldn't get to the pitch of the ball, and it was a very easy catch. It has been.
I think Devasmita Datta.
Smita Datta, I think she is a substitute fielder. It was such an easy catch that she had sufficient time to get under the ball, but just let it go.
She did go get underneath the ball, but allowed it to slip through her fingers. Nevertheless, Veda getting.
It proved to be very costly for the Falcon Kiri RR. I think if Veda utilizes his opportunity given to her.
Yes, she's out here this time. Nikki Prasad stepping out to have a go at Pratyusha, missing the line completely, and Nusrat having the bails off in a flash. She was
You know, you
caught.
just remember 2 balls back, I was just mentioning to you that Nikki Prasad has got the measure of Pratyusha's ball,
Pratyusha.
keeping her. I mean, she's playing her off the back foot. she chose to now charge down the wicket without judging the ball and paid the price for it.
Paid for it, and good work there by the wicket keeper. There's no chance for her to get back into the crease at all, so
It's Mona Meshram who's taking the place of Nikki Prasad. The score now is 77 for 3 in 14 overs.
yes, we will. What do you think of that dismissal?
That was a fantastic glove work there. A very, very swift glove work by Nusrat Parveen. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that at all. You know, she was right up there. This stumping is probably one of the best stumpings that I've seen. Fantastic. Nikki had no chance. I think she gave up at the end. You know, she probably didn't even bother coming back into the crease.
She knew she was out.
Down.
Yes, she was swift, very swift. Yes, and I think the way that Nikki was looking today, probably, she wasn't really comfortable against the spinners. Let's see what Pratyusha brings from this end for us. Well, now it's the two India players on strike. Both Veda Krishnamurthy and Mona Meshram have played together in the same teams, representing India, and they spend a lot of time together. And so I hope we see a very good coordination between the wickets here.
Yeah, I think they are very good friends off the field. So as you rightly said, understanding should be a little
36
better.
balls, 66 runs.
Yep, let's see if they prove us right.
6 overs remaining.
The equation here on is 63 runs required of 36 balls. And what do you think of that? Do you think they can make it, Mr. Srikumar?
2 runs possibly from every delivery. Certainly have a chance, as long as somebody comes up with some big shots.
The rate is about 10.5 per over. So a boundary and that is a must every over, and then hard running between the wickets is what it is.
Well, the Falcon Kini Sports team, Pratyusha, the skipper, bringing on pace from the Falcon end. And what we'd seen when the Ameya Sports World, let's not forget, we had Pranav bowl from the other end and find a little bit more bounce than, from the other end, what I think Akanksha Kohli was able to find. I think Arundhati again, but Kini RR has always used their pacers only from the Falcon end and not from the India Nippon end.
A valiant attempt over there, but Devasmita again unable to hold on to it, and the ball striking a run and going over the line for 6.
Substitute, is it? Yeah. I think the ball seemed to be chasing Devasmita that time. She dropped an easy catch, but this was a much more difficult one.
Difficult one. She did make a good attempt.
To jump and reach for the ball. She tried a level best. Far more difficult chance.
A very good attempt over there.
And Veda's clean bowl there by
I think the lack
Radha.
of bounce did her.
She went for a mighty swipe there. Possibly.
I felt that if she had wanted to play a lofted shot, the better option would have been to play it over the bowler's head. The chances of her missing is much less compared with the shot she played, which was across the line.
Across the line.
That's one of the reasons why she missed.
Absolutely, I didn't see her bat trying to go under the ball. I felt that what I feel is that she expected the ball to rise a little bit more, and I could see that she was trying to play a flattish slash kind of a thing towards covers, and trying to penetrate that gap. But then she realized that the ball didn't bounce that much, but she had already gone through with a shot, resulting in disturbing the furniture.
The wicket so far has been true to some extent, excepting that slower bowlers coming off a little slower. The bounce which you're talking about, I didn't find the bounce for anybody other than the opening few overs bowled by Sharma. Rest are all not getting any bounce at all. Probably the wicket was little moist to start with and that gave a little bounce.
You mean Pranavi you're referring to? Yeah, Pranavi getting the bounce, yes. And I agree because Pranavi was bowling from the India Nippon end. Whereas Arundhati, we haven't been able to confirm whether she could get the same bounce because she is only bowled from the Falcon end.
It's Ameya Patel in the place of Veda Krishnamurthy, who is our last out. The Kini RR, Falcon Kini RR score is 85 to 4 in 14.5 overs. I think the scoring rate, required run rate is creeping up. It's going to be close to 12 now.
Absolutely, I think the Kini RR Sports Club at this point of time have their nose slightly ahead of the Falcon Ameya Sports Club. What's your view on that?
They got a very, very crucial breakthrough with Veda going back into the pavilion. Certainly they have their tails up at this point of time.
I also feel that they don't have the kind of hitters like Arundhati Reddy, who was able to come and score 25 or 8 balls towards the death overs. So it's going to be a real tough ask on the on the Ameya Sports. It's going to be very difficult for them.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Krishnaswamy. I totally agree with you on that. Arundhati did quite well with the bat for the Falcon Kini RR Sports Club. But let's not forget we've got two very experienced batsmen. Batters at the crease right now in Mona Meshram and Anuja Patil, who've offered a lot of services to the Indian national team as well as to their domestic teams. They've been playing the game for quite some time now and have been in these situations quite a lot. So let's see how they take this game further. But right now I feel that the Kini RR team have got their nose a little ahead.
It's going to be Chandu Ram from the other end. I agree with you. Both are experienced enough. They have seen played under a lot of pressure, but both of them are not very well known for big hits.
Yep, that's absolutely right, Mr. Krishnaswamy. But an experienced player will always try to play the game to their strength. So, as I said, let's see how they can turn the things around properly. I think the best thing would be at this stage for Ameya Sports to have these two people because they are capable of turning the game around with their strengths. And at this point of time, had we had any inexperienced player over here, they would have succumbed to the pressure.
A lot will depend on what Nuna does on the wicket. She's just patted one into the covers, skimping across for a single, bringing Anuja on strike.
One more factor in favor of Kini RR is that both these people have just come in and they need a couple of balls to get set. And
To settle down.
Yep, they'll take some time to start seeing the ball well. And Chandu is trying to spin a web around there. He's been quite successful to not let the batters get away with some big hits.
Chandu has bowled well so far. I think she has given only about 17 runs in 3.3 overs. I think it's a good effort from her. She has 3 more balls to go and possible return chance missed. Anuja Patel steps out and try to hit Chandu, but she didn't really get the elevation she needed, and Chandu put her right hand out but couldn't catch the ball, and they crossed over for a single.
Quite powerfully struck there. Mona coming up with a lofted shot there, and the ball clearing the field.
What Anuja couldn't do, Mona did. She got another ball well and played a well timed lofted shot. She just cleared the long on for a Falcon.
Absolutely, that was a very clean hit.
Score?
95 for 4 at the end of 16th over. 4 overs to go and 46 runs to get.
Equation.
15th over.
And the equation is 46 required of 24 balls.
The equation of 2 runs per ball remaining, Yogesh.
Absolutely. In the first game which Ameya Sports played against the Herons Sports Club, the Falcon Herons Sports Club, Anuja was at the crease chasing, I guess, about 20 odd runs in 8 balls, and she actually took the game down to the wire into the last over, and then managed to get those 18 runs or something out of 20 runs or something out of 8 balls. So she's quite capable of getting those runs. But now again, let's see what
Arundhati coming on.
How Arundhati fires into this. I still have a feeling that Arundhati should be bowling from the other end, because she's bowled, I think, a couple of overs from this end, and she might be able to extract that bounce what Pranavi extracted from the other end.
Let's not forget that the last 4 overs are going to be bowled by experienced bowlers. Arundhati has got 2 overs left, and Radha Yadav is having 2 overs left. I think they'll be bowling with a lot of experience.
Yep, it's going to be an interesting finish over here.
Arundhati generally plays square of the wicket. She's
Anuja, you mean?
to play cut shots and full shots. She's not a big hitter in front of the wicket. So I think the field has been set accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
They have sufficient fielders on the offside to cut the fours as well. And it's required for Arundhati to bowl to a field.
As you rightly said, Anuja exploits that gap between the cover and point region to steal a single. Arundhati seems to have some kind of a problem with the run-up. She's not really happy the way, she's charging in, maybe, because
Previous over, the last ball when she was fielding, she probably hit her knee to the ground.
Okay.
It looked like she's having little difficulty.
She's struggling a bit charging into the popping crease.
If that is her style of batting, I think medium paces coming on will suit her batting style, Krishnamurthy.
Anuja?
Yes?
I think she'll find it more difficult to hit the required run rate of 12 of medium paces than spinners. She'll take a better chance against spinners to get
Yes, I think Anuja likes to use the pace of the ball when the medium paces and paces are on. But at this stage, let's understand, when she's going to use the pace of the ball, she either has to be square of the wicket or behind the wicket. But at this stage, I think the field that has been set, she might have to go over the top of extra cover to fetch herself a boundary. So let's see if she can exploit that area.
given her short stature, I think getting to the pitch of the ball and lofting it over extra cover is little difficult for her. She can't get. I mean, that's why she tends to play a square of the wicket.
Absolutely, yes. I totally agree with you on that. She's very swift to get onto her back foot and convert that good length ball into a short ball and play it square. That was a slower one there by Arundhati from the looks of it, and Mona trying to play to a mid wicket initially, realizes that the ball is not coming onto the bat and reads the slow one, tries to hit it towards square leg, but straight to the hand of Pratyusha, I guess, who's standing there.
Oh,
Yet another slower one and find some bounce on this occasion. Arundhati has been impeccable with a line and length in this over, not allowing the batters to get away with the big shots.
lofted shot.
Very good effort from Yadav on long off. She had to, the ball was dying on her and she had to dive in front. She just probably got her hands to it but could not complete the catch.
98.
Very good effort all the same.
Incredible effort. Can't take anything away from her.
She almost got it too.
She almost got the ball stuck into her hand there. And I think she's going to be rewarded by her captain to bowl the over now, which will be the 18th over. But I think she looks in a bit of a pain there. Some kind of discomfort.
She seems to hurt her hands.
Yep. So we've got the medical professionals come in to have a look at it.
Another good thing in that fielding is that in trying to go for the catch, she didn't give away her four. She was able to stop the four with her body.
Absolutely. And at one stage it looked like she was not sure where the ball was, because I think the last time she tried to get her hands under it, but the ball hit her chest and stopped right there. She was turning around trying to look if the ball has gone over the ropes. She didn't realize that she had managed to stop it. So, as I said, she's now been rewarded with the 18th over, and that brings in the Ameya, Falcon Ameya Sports in 98 for 4 at the end of 17th over, and the equation
43
runs required of 18 balls.
18 ball, 43.
18 balls 43, so it is an interesting ask at this point
18
of
ball,
time.
43.
Quite tough, I think, Yogesh, at this point of time. 43 of 18, almost about 14 runs and over.
I have a feeling that Anuja might target this over. Given that she'll be expecting Arundhati to bowl the next over from the other end. So I think she's going to, as we said, she brings in a little bit of an unconventional shot there and reverse sweep and sends the ball towards the ropes and registers a boundary.
You wish you mentioned about Radha Yadav was a bit unsure of where the ball is going when she tried for the catch. But the fact of the matter is when the ball is hit flat, so not high in the air, it's very difficult to judge. So I think that's one of the problems which she has.
She's fortunate that she didn't have any injuries because she's bowling a very crucial over now. In any case, 4 runs to Anuja, the previous one. This time,
5 runs of
an attempt to sweep, but the ball takes the middle of the bat and goes towards mid-wicket. Single only to Anuja.
Is your mic working? Just have a look, please. Switch it off and switch it on.
Possibility of a stumping chance there, but Mona had her feet anchored inside the crease. The ball ricocheting off the stumps and the two of them crossing over for a very quick single.
Fantastic awareness over there by Anuja Patil. A very good call. And this is what we were talking about earlier, that whether the non-striker feels there is a run or not, and at this point of time I think Anuja was very comfortable.
Rightly called,
Yes.
responded well as well.
And again, let's not forget that these two play for India together, so they know. Oh,
Yes,
very well.
but this time she steps out of the crease.
Fantastic.
So a massive effort over there, misses it completely, and Nusrat again has the bells off in a flash. Anuja walking back, stumped.
Radha pulled the length pretty well. The earlier, I think the first ball when Anuja was facing her, she kind of pitched a bit short, and Anuja was a bit unconventional. The second ball she bowled to Anuja, she allowed Anuja to step out a little and push the ball towards the mid-wicket area for a single. And this time she again brings Anuja out of the crease, but drops the ball a little shorter than her last delivery, resulting in a stumping.
Anuja didn't have any choice but to go for a big hit, which she tried by stepping out and completely missed, as Yogesh said. Yadav foresaw that and probably pitched it a little shorter. It's Akansha Kohli in the place of Anuja Patel now. 15 balls and
Nusrat has been doing a pretty good job, Krishnaswamy, behind the wickets.
Nusrat, yeah, and she's been around for long, and she's one of the top wicket keepers, top 2 or 3 in the country. She's expected to do a good job.
Well, it's 37 runs required of 14 balls now. A very big task cut out for Akansha Kohli, who will be out there with Mona Meshram.
The 25 runs of 8 balls with Arundhati got, and it was helped to a good extent by drop catches. It's going to be the decisive factor.
Decisive factor in
I think
Man
it's
of
making all the
the
difference
match.
here, isn't it? So at the end of the 18th over, Falcon Ameya Sports is 104 for 5. I repeat, 104 for 5. And the equation again is 37 runs required of 12 balls.
36 of 12.
7 of 12, I repeat. Mr. Srikumar.
37 of 12, 18 and over. Quite a tough ask.
Tough ask in an understatement. It's
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a mammoth task now from here.
Well, in this form of cricket, you can never say. All it needs is 2 Falcon maximums to get back into the
Arundhati.
possibility of a score.
Arundhati steaming in from the Falcon end. Fantastic. She looks very relaxed with a run-up now in this over, the way she started. The last over, at the start of the over, she was struggling a bit, trying to find the right spaces there. I think she's settled into a very good run-up now. And she's been able to hit the deck hard.
She's out, run out.
The direct shot, I think she's out.
But the umpire has referred it to a third umpire, but to the naked eye it looks like she was shot at the crease.
Excellent throw there by Radha Yadav, hitting the furniture with a direct hit. The decision has been referred to the third umpire, out. The third umpire signals out, and Akanksha will have to make the long walk back to the dugout. Well, there's not much she could do at this point of time, Mr. Krishnaswamy. I think she had to run for everything that was going to the fielders or not.
I think Ameya Sports, everything is over by the shouting.
That brings, I think it looks like Shreyanka Patil to the crease.
Luna waging a lone battle there, you wish.
Yes, I wish someone would give her some strength over there today.
There it goes. The Falcon maximum.
As we speak about the Lone Ranger, she finds a long handle to go downtown over the mid-wicket area, more towards the cow corner, I guess.
Poor delivery from Arundhati, waiting for all her experience. She pitched it on the legs and allowed Mona to play a flick shot which cleared the mid-wicket fielder for a Falcon maximum.
Another attempted heave over there, but
Absolutely.
this time she fails to make contact.
I think Arundhati just pulled the length back a bit again here, not allowing Mona this time to go over the mid-wicket. Mona had other ideas. She was trying to go over the covers, but as you said, Mr. Shri Kumar, she couldn't get the bat onto the ball. A welcome boundary to the Falcon Ameya Sports. And how much will this really help her now?
Not much. You wish.
Is that the dark clouds that we see in the background over there? I'm not sure if they're traveling towards us.
I think it's more a passing cloud passing across the ground.
Well, it's good it's arriving at the time when we are finishing up with our first game. A similar attempt to what Radha Yadav was trying, but I felt that Roshni moved a little sideways before, I think she was expecting the ball to come to her, but she realized very quickly that, the ball is going to drop short. Tried her best, put in the dive, and unfortunately couldn't hold on to it.
25 required of the last over.
There was a little more time, the ball went up a little more in the air.
Yep,
It was not touched too well, but it was a tough catch, I think. She
that's
made an
right.
effort. Again, it was another ball to go for a 4. They got stopped with the body, so it's fine.
So Radha to do the needful in the last over. She's been rewarded the last over by a captain for what she's done in the previous over. I think she's putting a very tight line there. Mona trying to go probably exploiting that area between the cover and extra cover region. But there's a deep cover in place who restricts it to a single, bringing the new batter Shreyanka on strike.
All the 3 spinners of Kini have done well, and Chandu Ram bowled her 4 overs for hardly about 17 million runs. And Radha Yadav was bowled 3.2 overs for 8 runs and got 2 wickets. And Pratyusha again bowled well, 4 overs. Probably she went for about 20 runs, which is not too many. I think the spinners have done the trick for Kini.
I think the best thing what I noticed was bowlers like Pratyusha and Chanduram, who bowled within their limits. They quickly read the pitch, and they didn't try to do anything extraordinary there. They didn't get intimidated with the batting lineup of Falcon Ameya Sports. They just bowled well within their limits, and they kind of urged the batsmen to make the mistake. They kind of provoked the batters towards going after them, and they were very well complimented there by Radha Yadav, who bowled an impeccable line, keeping the Ameya batters always in search of these boundaries which they were not able to convert it. That might be.
I think the difference has been also the fielding of Kini.
Is the maker?
Of Veda Krishnamurthy. Otherwise, the fielding has been quite good.
Quite good. As we speak, Mona departs. Yeah, the mic is on. Okay. Yes, as we speak, Mona got to depart. Well, there's nothing left for her. She had to try and do what she could do best. Yadav steps out, misses the ball. Radha, as she's always been doing, pull the leg back, straight into the safe hands of Parveen. He gathers it pretty well and gets rid of Mona Nishan with the stumping.
Yogesh? Third stumping, I think, in the innings by wicketkeeper.
Absolutely. Mr. Parveen has been having a very busy day behind the stumps today.
So we come to the almost the end of this innings. That's it. So
That brings us to the end of the match today, the first match of day 3, which happens to be the 5th match of this tournament. And we see Falcon Kini Sports going over the line. Falcon Ameya Sports falling 30 odd runs short of the required target. What we saw today, is impeccable bowling effort by the Falcon Kini Sports. They managed to restrict the Falcon Ameya Sports to a modest 110, and we'll shortly have the presentation ceremony. We'll join you in some time, the presentation ceremony.
ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಮಳೆ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಕಡೆ ತಿರ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನಾನು ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕವರ್ ಮಳೆ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ನಾ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಇದನ್ನ ಮೈಕ್ ಅದೇ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈಗ
ಟೆಂಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋಣ.
ಹೋಗಿ ಮಳೆ
Thank you.
Check, check, check. You can come this. You come first. Congrats. We'll start in a few minutes. Please bear with us.
Huh? Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. Congratulations, Kini, for the second consecutive win. Well done. Today's match was wonderful. We had 3 good performances. Okay. To give away the award, we have Mala Sundareshan. Just a small introduction about her. Mala was considered as a very bright prospect ever since she started playing cricket. And she lived up to the expectation of one and all. A brilliant fielder and a good middle order bat. Please give her a big hand, please. She was one of the mainstay of the Karnataka batting. After all the seniors retired, she kept the game afloat by taking great initiative in Karnataka. She was a regular player in Karnataka and South Zone team. She played for India in 1994 against Australia in India. She is one of the key persons in Falcon Sports Club. Currently, she is part of Art of Living with Sri Ravi Shankar Guruji. And she does lot of social service in that. Yeah. Now it is time to announce the player of the match. 3 commendable performances by 3 wonderful players. Mainly Radha Yadav for a wonderful 3 wickets and 1 run out and for a wonderful attempt to take the catch. Next one is the game-changing knock of Arundhati Rai, 24 runs in 9 balls. I'm sorry, excuse me, it's ready. The third one is Pratyusha. The award goes to Pratyusha for her all-round performance of 33 in 25 balls not out and 2 wickets. Congratulations, Pratyu. Trophy kudu. Please give away the trophy. Show the trophy, Pratyu. Congrats. Excuse me, Pratyu. Can you say a few words about today's match and your team performance?
I think it was a brilliant performance by our team. We finished at 140, which was a brilliant score, and to defend that on this wicket was really good. Congrats, girls, for the 4 points.
As a captain, what you would like to say to your team?
I think we have started winning games like the last 2 games, and we'll continue winning the rest of the matches as well. That's all.
Yeah, wish you all the best. Thank you. Request Veda, what happened today? Veda, please. No, please come here. We request here. Anyway, don't worry, still long way to go.
I am not worried.
Yeah, all the best.
No, it was good cricket from them, and we didn't bowl well in the last couple of overs. I think that made the difference. I mean, if you bowl like that in this kind of a wicket, and later on it is obviously a pressure scoring. The reason I told in the toss also that we took bowling because we should make use of the condition, and I don't think so any of our bowlers bowled well. Apart from Pranavi, who did a good job. Being a youngster bowling in the first game, I think she did really well, and Nikki also bowled really well. Apart from that, the senior bowlers, I think they were really bad today. We need to introspect and get back, and I think our bowlers need to learn from their bowlers, Radha and Chandu, the way they bowl. I think the Radha was really good today, and yeah, I mean, everybody knows how everybody plays. If you come and perform like that, I think the whole purpose of tournament is lost. And if you're not learning anything from it, and if you keep making the same mistake, and